Get ready with me doing an Uche inspired makeup routine. The look that this is inspired by is this one here. Let's get started. I'm gonna do what I always do, and that's slick down my brows. While my brows are drying, I'm gonna do my skin prep. I got this trio from TikTok shop. I'm gonna start out with the skin booster. Uche's skin always looks so glowy and healthy before she puts on any makeup. Her skin prep game is on lock. I'm taking the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in the shade Black. Uche's brows never look painted on, like they always look really soft. So I'm just making sure I go in really light-handed. For foundation, I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution Skin Silk. I remember when I first started getting into makeup and I was using these brushes to blend out my foundation fully. And now that I use stippling brushes, I generally don't know how I ever managed to use a flat brush to blend out foundation. But today, we're going to be doing it. So I noticed in her videos, she does more of like a patting motion, and then she'll go in with like a more fluffier brush to blend out afterwards. I'm already in love with how the foundation is looking because it's literally looking like skin. So I got these brushes from Maange on TikTok shop, and I had to get them. As soon as I saw them, they were giving Uche. This is what some of them look like, and these are the ones that reminded me of Uche and how she does her makeup routine. So today we're going to be using these. In this video that I'm referencing, Uche did her bronzer before she did her concealer. So I'm going to take the Made by Mitchell, and I'm going to take the shade and Laid and just apply that in the areas that I need bronzing. She used a fluffy brush to blend out her bronzer. This is the 52009 brush in the Maange collection. So I'm just doing it in the same technique that she did. And honestly, yeah, it does make a difference. And I think if you bronze first, you don't go too crazy with the highlight concealer. Now I'm taking a smaller, more detailed brush, and I'm just gonna blend out the tip of my nose. So I'm using the E.L.F concealer in the shade Deep Chestnut. I'm just gonna mix it with a little bit of my foundation just to give it a bit more depth. I'm gonna put it in those same areas that she highlights, and then up in the corner. And for that extra little bit of brightness, I'm just going to take the E.L.F concealer on its own and put that in the gap. Now I'm going to take this double-ended brush. I've used this side before, so I'm going to use this side to blend out my forehead. And we're just going to stipple it the same way that she does, just in the same place. I'm using small brushes because I don't want the product to move from where I placed it. I want it to stay exactly where I put it. So now with my concealer, I'm gonna start blending out from the outside, and then I'm gonna blend in. I'm doing dabbing motions, pushing it into the skin. Do you see that? I'm so excited. Now I'm taking the same brush that I used to blend out my bronzer, and I'm just gonna go back over those areas and re-bronze. She says that she takes a sponge and she just diffuses the product just to get rid of any harsh edges. I'm in love with how this look is turning out so far. I'm gonna use the Trigwell setting powder in the shade 8. As you guys know, I love this setting powder. I usually use a mini powder puff to apply this, but I've seen Uche apply it with a bigger powder puff, so I'm just pressing it into the product and then tapping off excess on the back of my hand. I'm gonna blend away the creases before I set, and then I'm just gonna dab the powder in under my eye. And then I'm gonna do the other side. And my trick is to keep dabbing until the powder really sinks into your face. And then I'm gonna take whatever's left on the back of my hand, go up to my forehead, like down my nose. Taking a little bit more product, I'm just going down onto my upper lip and on my chin. So after she's done that, she goes in with a blush. Now I don't have any powder blushes, so I'm gonna go in with an eyeshadow palette. I think I'm gonna take this shade mixed with this one as well. Just mix them together. I'm not much of a blush girl, and if I do use blush, it's more orange based, but I think my mind today has been changed. I might be a pink blush girly. It goes in with powdered bronzer, so I'm gonna take a fluffy brush like this, sort of similar to the one that I use for blush, and I'm taking the Juvia's Palace bronzer, and I'm just gonna go around in those areas where I need to bring some depth back into my face. Because one thing I don't want is to look chalky. Chalky is not the aim, child. I'm gonna highlight the tip of my nose, just ever so slightly. And this palette is so old, so just use whatever highlight works best for you. Not too much now. Not so much. I just like to do it for a bit of definition, and I think it just makes the nose a little bit cutesy, you know? To set my face, I'm gonna use the Revolution Super Fix. Every time. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add some fake moles. Uche doesn't have any lashes on in this video, so I'm just taking a mascara that I bought from the hair shop. I have very curly eyelashes and they're just so short, so I'm always wearing false lashes, but I'm really liking the no lashes look today. I'm taking the MAC Chestnut because she's got kind of like a warm brownie nude lip going on. For the center of my lips, I'm using the Revolution lipstick in the shade Syrup, and I'm just gonna dab that into my lips. And then I'll just keep going back and forth just to blend the two shades into each other. Now the lips are done. I'm not much of a lip gloss girly, but because Uche did it, I'm gonna do it today. I'm just taking a gloss that I got from the hair shop, and I'm just gonna dab it on. I'm dabbing it on because I don't want to disturb the way that I've blended my lips today. Ooh. Very glossy. I curled my hair overnight so that I could get the Uche look, so I might as well change my nose ring to match hers as well. I put in the accessories, I've changed my nose ring to match Uche's, and now I'm going to take out the curls and we're going to see the final look. It's eaten and it's left no crumbs. This is the finished look. I feel like it's giving real Uche-esque. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I'm glad that I followed her videos step by step. I feel like I got this down pat. I even got the nose ring, I got the moles, I got the jewelry, I got the shirt on. Like, I did that. And thank you to Uche Natori. Come on. Usually I feel quite uncomfortable with the eyelashes, but I love the fact that eyelashes are not involved, and I love the fact that it's my natural eye. With lashes, it just gives that extra oomph, but this is eating all together. Everything is cohesive, everything is molding together. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.